Hello everybody. This is my video response. Oh, my nose is flaking. Apologies. Anyways, so, like I said, I apologize for the late response. I don't have a laptop with a camera, and yeah, trying to find space to record is really difficult. So, this is my response. So, can you reflect on a time when you were dragged from the cave? It was, I would say, for me, just the cave being life in general, like just daily idling and whatnot. I would say just a time where I was dragged from the cave is when I went to the military, or even when I started college. When I started at Whitewater, everybody was just like, why would you go there out of all places, and why would you study education, just the different things that I decided to do, because like I said, I make a lot of crazy decisions in life, and just to help me find my truth and whatever. Can you think of a time when you re-entered the cave? I would say, okay, here's a perfect example. I took a year off of school to go to Seattle to serve a year with AmeriCorps under this program called City Year. People were so upset that I was leaving college. They're like, you're not going to come back. You're just going to be a dropout. And for me, that was me leaving the cave of college. I felt like Whitewater was a cage at the time. So like me going to Seattle, I didn't know anybody at all. Like I had no family there, no friends in Seattle. And me just uprooting myself for a full year, living on this little stipend that I had, was very much so difficult. But I made it through with awards and applause, because people really did love me in Seattle, and I honestly grew as a person. Like I said, I saw the light that I can actually uproot myself and move away from my family across the nation and actually survive. So when I came back to Whitewater, I am now a campus recruiter ambassador for City Year, so I try to get people to apply and be a part of this program across the nation, and people are just laughing and in shock, like, nah, I can't do it. And I'm telling them, I did it, you can do it too. It's not hard. I mean, it's more so of a challenge in your mindset and how you're daily living, like your budget. But other than that, the program is very fun and very educational and very skill building for anybody in any career field. So just having people crap on you and laugh at it, but then there are those people who are really shocked and who actually take me to the light. So do you think students today, or maybe even your personal will want to kill anyone who tries to drag them out the cave? I mean, yeah, anybody doesn't. There are those, I call them haters. Basically, everybody got haters in their life that tell them that they can't do anything. Those are the people who are stuck in their cave. I have a lot of haters. I am just a very talented individual, and that took me a while to get to that point, because I was the person staring at the wall, making myself idle and not believing in myself and all the skills. But then I realized I have these potentials I have all this potential and all these skills that need to be out there. And it took somebody dragging me out the cave and exploring, Jaslyn, you have this. Use it. And it took for me to believe it. It took for me to take off. If I could tell him, he should have asked sunglasses in this, because sometimes people get exposed to the light and they know their potential, but they choose not to look at it, so they wear sunglasses. I think he should have added that if they had sunglasses back in the day, but they didn't. So yeah, how is this allegory like or unlike in education today? I mean, it is. Like I said earlier, for me, it took me to come to college to even learn about my history, African American history, because I wasn't taught it in school. It took me going to Seattle to learn about Native American history. So the cave, I was in a cave about certain cultures. I took a travel study to Brazil, didn't know anything about Brazil. So taking a travel study to Jamaica, I didn't know anything about Jamaica until I got to school. So to college actually. So just how growing up in America is a cave in itself. Because if I hadn't experienced going away, I wouldn't know anything about anybody. I'll just know what the propaganda America is throwing out there. How our ideas or of truth taught in school. I mean, I think it's taught at the teacher's perspective or at the common society perspective. One side is very one-sided. So with that being said, it's just, unfair. I can relate this to science, history. I mean, everything is all one-sided. The whole education system is coming from one side, the winner side. And I forgot who said this to me. Somebody told me that the side that we learn about in school is the winner side. So obviously for science, males, white males, history, the North versus the South, the North story, literature, whoever feels that literature was competent, which was mostly males, and philosophy, whoever is the dominant person is the one that, holds you in that cave. But it takes you to decide whether or not you want to actually explore. Or having somebody drag you out. So that's my response. Good night.